Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. How's it going?
All good. Everything's well.
How do I
So,
look?
what's
Am I
up?
looking different? I think, because yesterday we discussed already about this, but still, when I look myself in the camera, I'm looking a bit different. I feel that the face has grown big because the hair mass has already left. So I'm not sure how it's looking to others.
Yeah, that's like those who notice. Yes, slight differences there, but it's good. You're looking good, mashallah. Nothing to about
Inshallah,
that.
Alhamdulillah.
It happens generally. If a shorter hair, you're because, like you mentioned, the mass of the hair reduces, so your face becomes more open,
Right. And the more of the
more
focus is
visible.
more on the face. And I think it
Yeah,
appears to us for a couple of days and then we get used to it.
yeah, exactly. Certainly, if you make some change, definitely it will appear, and then afterwards you'll get used to it. You won't even notice it.
Right, right, right.
You were mentioning about US visa for your family. How's that process going?
Right, yeah. So it's been a long process, even being a permanent resident in Canada, you are required to have a US visa to visit the US. So,
Mm,
like, for example, if somebody has a US green card, they don't require a Canadian visa to visit Canada because even if they are not a US citizen, if they have a green card that is a permanent residence, they can visit directly without a visa. But it's not vice versa because I'm not sure why, but US has their own superiority. They want even Canadians who have a permanent resident, they want them to get a visa and then they can visit. So I obviously had since a long time because already I've visited the US as a student. I've stayed there as a student and
yes.
I had the B1, B2 as well from earlier. But my wife, after our wedding, we tried uh, to get her visa because obviously it was only her that she didn't have the visa, so she had to go alone. So it's um so she visited the consulate and stuff. It was her first experience going to the interview, so it can
Okay.
be quite nerve wracking for people to attend an interview. Even generally for
True.
as well, even if we go for a job interview, it is you will be you know uh, nervous automatically. It doesn't have to be there. Even if you try to be confident, there will be some. So especially for someone new who hasn't attended any interviews, just school or college and stuff, it will be a new experience. So uh,
True.
I think first two times, I think it was with a gap of 1 year. We tried, my wife tried, but it didn't happen because usually, once you are just married and stuff, I think the reasoning given is that you don't have enough, proof that you'll be coming back or stuff like that. So yeah, actually that's the main reason of the rejections. You need to have strong base back home to get an approval. And once when you are young, you don't have that strong a base, so it gives them
True.
that doubt, and that doubt results in a rejection. But that's okay. So it was a good experience for her the first time and the second time. It made her, strong. She understood what's the requirement and stuff. And
True.
after that, move forward to 2023 when we were moving to Canada. So I was like, why not? We are already permanent residents, so let's apply in Toronto from the US consulate in Toronto. So when I checked the appointments, to my surprise, the wait time was much higher than what we are used to in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad,
Uh-huh.
the wait time during COVID, it was 12 months, 15 months. Then, gradually it came back. It was reduced because they increased the manpower and the officers in the consulate looking at the demand, they had to do that. But in
Mhm.
Canada, it wasn't done. So the wait times were about, still now, if you check in Canada, it will be about 18 months, even more than that. It will be 24 or
Okay.
24 months. So when I tried to book the appointment, when I booked it in 2023, I got an appointment for 2026.
Oh, oh,
So it was last week. So I was like, okay,
right.
because we didn't have any important work or anything in the US. So I was like,
Oh,
okay, we're not in a hurry or anything. Let's just book it and see.
yeah.
So when I booked it, after that, I forgot to, because there is a chance that we can reschedule. If we get a earlier slot, we can reschedule. But
Oh,
I forgot about it for a year. And I think there is a rule that if you don't change your slot within a certain time, then it gets fixed. You cannot change it then. If you
okay.
want to change it, then you have to pay another fee and stuff like that. So there was no urgency. So I was like, okay, let it be. Let's do it in 2026. So yeah, so the appointment was last week.
Mm,
So uh, up- initially, earlier they had the rule that, kids who are under 14 and seniors who are above 80, they don't need to be present at the visa interview. They are
okay.
uh, it's not required for them to be there. You can just send the passport through a person who is applying, uh, uh, or you can even use Dropbox. So in my case, obviously, my wife had to do the interview, so she went inside with our children's passports as well. But the other surprise was that once she went inside, she was asked that, where are your children? Because they are applying, so they need to be present as well. So she
Oh,
mentioned
okay.
that, they're under 14, so they're not required to be here. So they
Right.
mentioned, no, there has been some change or something like that in the rules. Now you have to get it. So thankfully, like, we didn't send them to school that day. I was like, because we stay
Yeah.
on the eastern side of Toronto. So it's about, from here, it's about an hour's drive to main downtown Toronto. So we were like,
Okay.
why to send kids? Because we'll do the appointment and it might get late. So the
Yes.
kids would be at school and everything will go haywire. So instead of that, let's give them a holiday and we'll take them along. So I was waiting in the car with the kids. So she came back running from inside, and um, she was like, they're asking for the kids and stuff. And thankfully, obviously they were there. So I was like, okay, jao phir leke. So
So,
she
yeah.
went in, and then she mentioned it was very easy. The officer, she just it was a lady. So she asked the kids, "What's your age and stuff?" Just simple questions with the kids, and then the general questions: purpose of visit and who's paying for the trip. It's all
Right.
basically, you need to be confident when you're speaking. When you're giving an interview, it's all about confidence. It's if you're not doing anything wrong, but still sometimes people get so nervous that it
Yes.
shows that you're not ready for this or something like that. So, and any other visa, there is no interview. Only for the US visa they have this. So,
Yeah.
and you might have heard as well that there are so many people who get rejections. It's not something new. So,
It's been there for a long time. Like we've been hearing about this for a long time, the US visa interview
right,
and like the different cases. And like you said, especially those people who don't talk to others much or not or more of introverts like myself.
right,
It will be difficult for to talk with the new person, especially when you know the use case and when you have heard stories about the rejection stories as well. Okay, okay, this was the reason got rejected, nervousness, yevo, yevo. Obviously, US visa is totally different, but my small experience was when I applied for the Saudi visit visa because my
uh,
cousin had applied for it. And so there was a short interview for that. So that was my small experience, but it was very friendly, Hindi speaking, nothing English as well.
So for
लेकिन फिर भी
Saudi visit visa, we have a interview as well.
for the visit visa, yes, VFS office Tashir in where is it? Panjagutta metro station on the upper floor.
Okay.
That VFS office is there.
I
So
have never gone for for a Saudi visa interview. Never had that experience.
uh, did someone apply for you, Mahase, your sister or
Yes.
someone?
Even if they apply, they just send you that paper of the visa, and then
Yes.
you go to your agent and you give him your passport and that paper. He'll send it to the embassy, get it endorsed, and then the visa sticker will be put on the passport, and then you're ready to go, right? That is what I have experienced. I'm not sure this is a. I think this is a different track or different visa which you applied.
I applied for family visit visa, but it wasn't my blood relation, right? It was my cousin. They had to check my cousin's passport, his mother's name on his passport, and then his mother's name, father's name, and then that with my father's name,
Oh.
दोनों के parents का same नाम है क्या? And then my father name on my passport के okay वो same spelling है क्या? Spelling they will check, and then finally okay this is Asim Khan. ठीक है connection बन गया. All right, go ahead. First time I went, I took an old passport of my father and it was rejected because the spelling of Muhammad was different in that. Instead of
Mhm.
ED, it was AD, I think. And
Right.
then luckily, the newer passport which we got made in 2014, I think, usme the spelling was right. So second time it got accepted. Okay,
Mhm.
fine, go ahead. So, I don't know. And I did contact an agent. Actually, one of your agent only, you gave me number if you remember. The
Right.
person whom you constantly get in touch with, Hyderabad mein jo hai.
Yes.
तो
Yes.
उनको मैं किया था तो he said कि I can get you an appointment, but apart from that I can't do anything else. You have to go personally. तो मेरा experience ऐसा था. Maybe it was because of cousin, not a straight blood relation, right? So
Mhm.
probably that was the reason. So it was a very obviously US visa is much more different. But I'm saying
Right.
my experience is छोटा सा था इसका एक interview समझ लो visa interview.
Right. Right. But definitely, as you are already in the process of applying for the Canadian visa, you should, later on you should apply the US visa as well, because it has having a US visa. It has a lot of benefits. Even if you don't travel to the US itself, you have a lot of benefits to travel to other countries, because other countries become visa free, most of them, once you have
Yes,
a
yes.
US visa. Looking at the US visa, they will, you might get e visa for the other countries or stuff like that, like Saudi Arabia as well. What they did was, they have opened, if you have a US visa which has been used like at least
Mm-hmm.
once, then you are, you don't need a separate Saudi visa. You just can land, and on the kiosk there are kiosks, and you can just fill up the application and instantly you get a visa. Because this and there is some fee, some I think 300 Saudi riyals or something. But I think it reduces a lot of headache, because if when we back in India, I remember uh, when this provision was not there for Saudi, we had to get a visa, get it from Saudi, from family or someone, and then get it endorsed, go to an agent. So totally you had to spend per head about 5 to 6K per head, to,
Yeah.
and then a lot of time as well, because the amount is almost the same, even when now, like if you have a US visa, you can just pay it at the kiosk, but you're spending a lot of time, right? You're saving a lot of
Yes.
time now, if you have a US visa.
Absolutely.
So that is helpful, and a lot of countries like Dubai as well, UAE, uh, Turkey, and several other countries, you'll be getting a visa-free entry because you have a US visa. So it has a lot of benefits.
Actually, like you mentioned, they must have added recently because I was just applying, just checking an application form on the Saudi visa platform. So there is a special provision that if you are a US visa holder, So that
Right.
option is there. So if you are that, then maybe, yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
definitely a lot of things will get easier.
Yeah. So I basically have a first-hand experience because my parents, they visited
Okay.
Saudi last year and they
Hmm.
utilized that option because
Great.
in 2024 they had visited me in Canada. That time they visited my aunt as well in US. So they had the
Right.
used US visa. So when they arrived in Saudi, they mentioned that they just had to go to the kiosk and fill the application over there and pay the amount per head, 300, I guess it was. And that's it. I think it took about 15, 20 minutes or max 30 minutes, and then you're good to go. You don't have to spend
15
a
to
lot,
20
all
minutes.
the time with the agent, endorsements, stuff like that in India.
Good.
You can
Nice,
directly go
nice.
to the airport and that's it. So, yeah, there are benefits, but obviously you have to go through the entire process of getting the visa first,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can utilize it. So,
Right.
this was the story. So, yeah, so that was what it was. I had to wait about 3 years, you know, to
Yeah.
for my family.
Your youngest, mashallah, she has a Canadian passport. So does she have
Yeah,
any
she
plus
doesn't
point?
need. She obviously doesn't need. So it was
Right.
for the other two.
Mhm.
So other two
Right.
and my wife. So they had to get it. Yeah, and
Correct.
because I was thinking, should I go for it or should I not? Should I just leave it? But I thought, it will also give a confidence to my family, right? That they already got rejected twice. So if they get it,
Mm-hmm.
it is something that, you have achieved it finally, it gives that
Absolutely. Yes.
motivation and confidence that you can do the things. So that is also a part
Right.
of
So,
why.
sorry, like in Saudi visas, you have a deadline to like you have to visit. US visa में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है deadline
Rehta,
जैसा.
like it depends on the validity of the visa, how much they issue it to you. So everybody is different. Usually they give it for 10 years when they issue
Mm-hmm.
a visa. But it could be different. Currently the scenario is so that you can never tell that you will get a 10-year visa or a 6-month visa
Right.
or 1-year visa because since Trump has come, there is a lot of uncertainty.
Yes.
So you don't know because earlier you could tell certainly that if your visa is approved, then you will get a 10-year visit visa. But nowadays
Mm-hmm.
it's different, obviously. So, but still, once you're approved, and you get
Very
even
true.
if you get a 1-year visa, then and you visit the US and you come back properly, you don't have any issues, then it becomes much easier for you to get a renewal as well. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So that first time is very important that you get through, and then it becomes much easier.
True. My uncle, Abid Chacha, he had visited Turkey a
Uh-huh.
couple of months back. So in Turkey, they actually gave him the visa validity at the airport. के 14 days के भाई 14 days
Mhm.
का दिया खाली बस थोड़ा
Okay.
सा वो करके लेकिन they didn't give it pre-handed बस वहां पे एयरपोर्ट पे they gave their stamp okay 14 days validity और 7 days validity something like that. I
Right.
was like उतना छोटा उतना कम टाइम का भी देते बाद जगहों
But,
पे.
the mostly the tourism places like the UAE as well. They
हम्म.
want to earn money at every point.
हम्म,
So
हम्म, हम्म,
they do that because in the UAE as well, I think there are different options. 14-day visa, some 100 or 150, 200 dirham. If you want a 30-day visa, it becomes 400 or 500 dirham. Something I'm not sure exactly, but there are levels. So you have to pay up
True, yeah.
according to that. So because most of the people they visit these places for tourism, so and that's how they make money. These places are famous for tourism. So obviously,
Yeah.
they to make money, they have to keep certain options, and we can. Obviously, it's good for business.
Absolutely.
Right.
You should try for Shenzhen visa,
Shenzhen.
inshallah.
I had Shenzhen visa back in
Okay.
2009. Dad
Mashallah.
had gotten it for the entire family, and he was planning to send me for tennis. There was a friendly, I think, tennis tournament or something that was going on. But then the
Okay.
plan dropped. But we got the visa. We got the Shenzhen visa,
Mashallah.
but it was the duration they gave was very less. It was just 6 months visa. So
Okay,
6 months
okay.
will go like this. So yeah. So
Absolutely.
but yeah, we the entire family had got the Shenzhen visa, and then but we didn't plan to go,
Nice.
so it didn't happen. But yeah, that process is also there.
Yeah, something different again, different requirements
Yeah,
and
but I didn't do that personally. So because I was just a young kid that time, I didn't know what was
yeah,
going
yeah.
on. So yeah, my dad did that. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
let's do our
This has been
another
good
topic
discussion
tomorrow.
about visas and stuff.
Yes,
Yep.
let's conclude this today.
Correct.
And if
Correct.
anybody has any questions, they can drop by in the comments. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
See you guys.
Right.
Take
Okay,
care.
chalo.
Allah
Bye then.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.